They were born, they are already singing. The Oha is singing already. When the child, the baby, get out from the womb of the mother, the child is singing already. Oha, Oha, that is praising and singing.
Dahil kasi yung mga Pilipino mahilig sa music. So kasi ang ano natin, no music, no life.
Saka kasi ang Pilipino, kami lang sa Asia, sa buong mundo actually, ang tumutugtog ng all kinds of music.
Para sa mga Pilipino, sana isa ako sa mga singers na sinasabi ng magagaling. Sana.
I would like to believe it is a supernatural gift from God. You know, it's a gift that for every people, God will give you something. And it is something I think that the Filipinos received.
Biyahe tayo, nang ating makita ang ganda ng Pilipinas, ang galing ng Pilipino.
Every Sunday, a Filipino flea market opens in Hewa, Seoul. It's like a Filipino town where you can find many Filipino people and goods. We met Mr. Gonrado at this very flea market last October. Mr. Gonrado is a singer who has been dividing his time between Korea and the Philippines for the last 12 years. He comes to the market every Sunday with nostalgic memories of his hometown.
I have happiness coming here at Hewa because this is just like a small Philippine town. So I like to be here every Sunday.
At a cafe in Seoul, at this hour, most people are getting off work. But for Mr. Gonrado, it's time to go to work. The show begins with a 5-member band led by Mr. Gonrado. You can often find Filipino singers performing around Korea. About 1,000 undocumented Filipino workers are currently employed as singers in Korea.
My father is guitarist and my brother is drummer. The important is I'm earning money and I can help my family. That's the important thing to do.
Philippine singers, they say in Japan, in China, in Korea, they say very good because they can sing Japanese song, they can speak and sing Japanese song and speak and sing Korean song and even Chinese song and English song.
About 80% of all professional singers in Asia, including Japan, China, Singapore, and Korea, are said to be Filipinos. So exactly how many singers are there in the Philippines? Why do Filipinos go abroad to work as singers? We decided to visit the Philippines to find answers to these questions.
Thank you!
The Philippines is a country comprising more than 7,000 islands. We came upon a remote Filipino village deep in the jungle. The scene of rustic homes and children playing in dirt streets resembles Korea in the 1960s. Even the way that children flock to the ice cream vendor to gape at the treats without any money is reminiscent of Korea's past. People gather around the only home that has a television in the village. It's another reminder of what Korea used to look like. The village offered little in the way of entertainment until a few years ago. That's when a karaoke machine was brought to the village. It delighted the villagers and even the people who merely sang along next to a paying customer.
We may not always have a lot materially. No, most Filipinos will say, we will not always have a big bank account. Let's put it that way. No, but to be able to have music, ganito lang. Put it this way. I cannot imagine the Philippines without any form of music going around in the community.
At one market in Manila, the capital of the Philippines, most Filipinos attribute their singing talent to their positive outlook on life and friendliness. They'll also add that Filipinos were born talented singers. You wonder as you watch a street performer channel Elvis while he belts out a classic rock song. Perhaps there is some truth in what they tell us. When the sun begins to set in Manila, people will congregate in one part of the city. They head to Manila Bay to see the beautiful sunset. There used to be about 100 cafes and bars in the area that featured live performances, but they are all gone now. Today, a lone guitarist strums his guitar on the beach in Manila Bay. Night falls in Manila. At night, it transforms into a different kind of city. Malate is a busy downtown area. The district is full of cafes where you can watch live performances. Hired by the cafes, promoters approach pedestrians and try to steer them to their cafes. What kind of music is played at these cafes? Let's take a look. Different types of music are played at different cafes. Some cafes feature lively dance numbers.
Inviting all to send in your request. Yeah, we have a request for the song Anak from Freddy Clark.
While other places feature a guitarist singing Korean songs from the 80s.
Again, happy birthday to Rowena. Andiyan na si Rowena. Yung naka-pink, ayan. Happy birthday.
Among the many cafes in Manila, outdoor cafes are the most popular.
Okay.
Filipinos enjoy listening to songs they requested while having dinner or a beer.
Basically, ang Filipinos very masayahin by nature. So they want their environment to be happy, especially kung medyo may problema sila. Gusto nilang kumanta, mag-play ng musical instruments, and then they really this is the cheapest kind of entertainment, singing.
Outdoor cafes aren't the only places where people can enjoy music. We followed several college students as they headed somewhere near their campus. This is a popular college student hangout, but the pool tables aren't the main attraction. The 10 private karaoke rooms in the back are filled with patrons.
Ito mga cubicles namin. Ayan. Walang bayad ang kwarto. Mahilig mga Pilipino sa kantahan eh. Kaya gusto nilang kumanta para at least mabawasan yung stress.
These girls who are still wearing their school uniforms have come to sing. But the karaoke machine is different from the ones in Korea. The student pays 5 pesos to play one song. It's like the coin-operated karaoke machines that were common in Korea 20 years ago. The girls get ready to have some fun. The way they sing and dance is similar to how Korean high school girls enjoy karaoke. Could there be any other form of entertainment in the Philippines that packs this much fun for such a low cost?
Araw-araw eh. Pagtapos ng klase, yun, saya eh.
Music, parang pagkain na yun eh, di ba? Di ba, hindi nawawala sa araw-araw. Kasi sasakay ka ng bus, papasok sa school, di ba, may music. Parang mas pipiliin mo yung bus, yung transpo na may radyo kasi parang nalilibang ka. Tapos sa biyahe, hindi ka maiinip. Yung gano'n. Kasi parang pagkain na rin yun na kailangan mo araw-araw.
Filipinos do not necessarily have to go to karaoke bars to sing. At this alley on the outskirts of Manila, people are having fun singing and listening to songs. When there is a big family event, Filipinos like to hire bands to provide music. Today, Mr. Roberto's granddaughter will be baptized, so he rented a karaoke machine and prepared food and beer for his guests.
Miski walang binyagan, meron ng birthday o kaya katuwaan, talagang may ganyan, may video para may kantahan.
Throwing parties for large and small family events, Filipinos love to enjoy the company of their family and friends, and no other entertainment form is as popular as karaoke at parties. That's why it's not surprising to see so many karaoke machines on sale in the electronics shopping district. Even in villages where there are no karaoke bars, there will always be at least one karaoke machine rental shop. Mr. Allen tells us that his life has become more fulfilling since he started his own karaoke machine rental business.
Ngayon, wala talaga kami bibigay.
Mr. Allen quit his salaried job of 11 years and invested his life savings of 230,000 pesos to start his business.
Mas mabilis yung pull out na ang unit namin lalo pag Sabado, Linggo. Siyempre, pag December, lalo na.
He'll personally deliver the machine to the customer and charge 1,000 pesos per day for one machine. His monthly income is about 50,000 pesos. It's been a successful business for him.
Mga Pilipino mahilig sa music. So, kasi ang ano natin, no music, no life. So, pagka walang music, hindi kumpleto yung buhay. So, doon lang, yung iba kasi ang inaano nila, pagka may music, habang may buhay.
We visited a restaurant that is popular among Filipinos, a people who like music so much, they'll even rent a karaoke machine for a day. Even though it's a weekday, the restaurant is filled with customers in the evening. The restaurant looks quite ordinary at first glance. The cook prepares food with great fanfare, but that's not what could have drawn so many diners here. As our initial curiosity begins to change to disappointment, the chef, Mr. Ernie, shows us what his restaurant really offers. Mr. Ernie bursts into song and cheerfully tells us the name of each authentic dish.
Ihaw-ihaw, it is ihaw-ihaw, kalde-kaldero, and kawa-kawali. Okay, kawali, kaya dalawa, kawa-kawali. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the singing cook. I'm singing. Cook. Singing, cook.
But this is not the last song he will sing tonight. As the food is ready to be served to the hungry customers, the cooks and servers start a special show.
The home of the singing cooks, waiters, and others. In your loved ones, sa inyo pong kapuso at kapamilya.
Yeah.
And
KBS channel, Korea.
Yeah, Korea. Mabuhay. Yeah. And kabayan, mabuhay also. Kamsahamnida. Thank you. Saranghe.
All right, shall we see what kind of show they'll put on today?
Luto ay masarap. Ang aming sasabi. Siyempre, thank you very much.
Isang aming service may kasama.
The cooks and servers sing and dance when it's their turn. All of the restaurant's employees are talented singers.
May enjoyment na rin sa amin, even though talaga mahirap yung trabaho, nakita yung nagbubuhat talaga rito, habang may elements of surprise eh. Kunyari, naglalakad ka lang gano'n, biglang yung number mo, alam mo na yung number mo. Biglang magugulat sila, mas maganda nagugulat yung tao, ay, hindi pala makakanta gano'n, pag gano'n, ay. Here we go!
This restaurant was an ordinary eatery until 10 years ago, when Mr. Ernie, who was an aspiring singer, was hired as a dishwasher.
Washer pala. So ngayon, siguro na nung boss ko, kasi yung washing area namin sa Marcos Highway branch, tabi lang ng CR. Siguro narinig ako kumakanta, gano'n. Ngayon, nung break time ako, nag-break muna ako ng tanghali. Siyempre, nawasal muna ako. Nung bumalik ako ng gabi, tinawag ako ng boss ko. Ang may-ari nito. Pinakanta ako. Kaya nagot ako. Okay naman, nakapasa ako dito. Doon nag-start ng singing coach.
Later on, the restaurant owner hired a singing coach who taught the staff songs and choreographed a dance routine for them. That is how the restaurant became as well known as it is today. The restaurant upholds its reputation by requiring potential employees to pass a singing audition before they are hired.
Regional, kundi man, international songs, kailangan may alam. Kahit isa man lang or dalawa.
1, 2, 3, 4, silaya at bigyan.
When the performance reaches the last act, even the customers will sing along with the staff and dance. This is likely something that can only be seen in the Philippines, because singing and dancing are ingrained in the Filipino culture.
Yes, we keep on coming here, right? Because my dad loves to sing. So every time we're here together, when we come back home for holidays or whatever, we take him here. It's part of our culture, it's our heritage.
You like music din po, Mom?
Very much, yes. All. Why? It's in our blood. It's just part of us.
Madalas kaming mas sa mga live bands, concerts, yan, mga may kanta.